throughout the safari.
I gotta do what I gotta do. Hey, friend.
What that is?
Sounds good, thank you. Alright, well, let's go. Hi there, friends. My name is Larry. I'll be your safari driver at the Wildlife Reserve. A few reminders before we get out. Please, again, remain seated. Do not stand up.
No, I promise.
Children are more than welcome to sit on your lap or even toward the outside of the room. However, they have to be seated, so parents, supervise your children. Children, supervise your parents. And last but not least, as we drive through the reserve, have fun, get excited, take photos, talk to each other. Just don't try to talk to the animals. Please do not yell, shout, whistle, make clicking or hissing noises, because while it might seem harmless to try and get the attention of the animals for a quick photo, it can actually be very disturbing to the creatures, and they
I'm trying to hold it, just trying to set it.
I think that covers it though. So, once the warden blinks that light on the right, like so, that lets us know that we're safe to enter the reserve. Now the first area of the reserve that we'll be exploring is the Aturi. Animals who live here can be a bit reclusive. They're timid, they're shy, they may not get too close to us. At least not at first. So as we drive through here, I'll do my best to point out everything I see, but you're going to want to be on the lookout as well.
Right there. Right here, right here, right here. Right there. Well, why you got a little paper doing like
Now,
that?
I do see an okapi over there hiding behind the bamboo out to the right. It's over by the bushes. It's a red-brown animal, a little bit of white on its jaw.
He's telling you already got some stuff there.
The okapi is actually the only known relative to the giraffe. And it's such a shy animal, such a rare creature, the Western world had no idea it existed till 1901.
I see
But I
that.
nearly thought it was a mythical animal, which gives me hope for finding the unicorn. Now, this on our left is a watering hole. It's a great place to find animals. They'll gather here to drink water. A lot of birds like to go fishing here. Even in the rain, it's a great place to find creatures. So we're going to try and find a lot of these ponds on our safari.
I see one bird.
Actually, I see a black rhinoceros up ahead. It's coming up on our left.
Look. Oh. There he is.
Now we can tell that's a black rhino because it has a pointed lip. It's also living by itself here in the forest. The white rhinoceros prefers living out in the savanna in large family groups. Looks like the rhino might have fallen asleep standing up. After all, rhinos are what we call crepuscular creatures. Crepuscular is a fancy word.
Oh, it's moving.
Is awake in the mornings and the evenings, generally napping around this time of day. Now, over here on our right,
It's moving. You missed it.
Maybe over here on our left, you can see some bongo and some greater kudu. The bongo are the copper-colored antelope. They're called the ghosts of the forests because of how rare they are. The light tan antelope, though, the greater kudu, they're in the top 5 tallest antelope in Africa, standing about 55 inches tall at the shoulder. Now we're going to go ahead and leave those antelope alone. We're going to keep moving deeper into the woods over toward the Safi River Valley. Safi River is home to an entire float of hippopotamus, and any habitat that can support the hippo can also support pelicans, cormorants, and crocodiles. So as we approach the river, just keep your eyes peeled for all those animals, especially for the hippos though. Despite the hippo's bulky size, they're actually, they hide pretty well in the water.
See any animals? Oh, sorry.
Now, on the island to the left, I do see some pink-backed pelicans. They're the smallest pelican species, and the only one to make nests in trees. And in between the two islands to our left, I do see a hippo over there, so hold on. We're going to get a little bit closer here. We'll stop for a few seconds, get you a decent view of that hippo.
Right there. That's real stuff, right?
Now, hippos are very graceful in the water. It's probably how they got the name hippopotamus. In Greek, the name means river horse. Now, also, as we round the corner up ahead, keep your eyes peeled down to the left. There might just be a few more animals down there that I may not be able to point out. This is a kind of a sharp turn after all. In fact, if you look closely, you can see a baby hippo down there. And as long as nobody stands up, I'll make a quick stop here for you.
I can't find
The baby
my other
right
animal.
there. Look at the baby one right there. No, it's down right there.
There was 3 of them.
Another hippo hanging out by the waterfalls, and a bunch of Nile crocodiles. Nile crocodiles grow anywhere from 15 to 20 feet in length. They live to be about 45 years old in the wild, and in captivity they can live to be almost 85 years old. So these crocodiles will be swimming the Safi River for the better part of a century. Now, I think crocodiles are fascinating, but even I know that we should probably not stop at them, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to leave the Safi River, and I am going to take you toward the savannah. Wide open plains are home to a large variety of animals like elephants and giraffes and other large migratory herds like wildebeest, antelope, and zebra. Our wardens also reported seeing an increase in predator activity along this section of the reserve, most notably the painted dog, also called the African wild dog or the painted wolf. So if we're lucky, we may just find a few of those canids prowling about the plains. Now, the last place our warden saw them was by the edge of the woods over by some boulders, so we'll search there first, then we'll head out toward the open. After all, these plains here are part of the Serengeti grasslands, which stretch for hundreds of miles. They're home to millions of animals that travel across these plains every year.
I only saw 7.
Here is the wild Africa we're trying hard to conserve, one of the last wild places left on Earth. Now ahead of us are some Ankole cattle, red-brown cows, huge horns on their head. They're the only domesticated creatures on the reserve. All these other animals, while very used to seeing us, are still technically wild.
They are.
The Ankole cattle have been domesticated for many centuries, and they're a sign of wealth and prosperity. The farmers think that the more cattle you own, while still being able to take care of your family.
Oh, he's trying to hide over there. I can see you.
Yo, tell me all the stuff over there. You might be in a road somewhere.
I doubt any animal could jump this high, though.
Now I see a few of the painted dogs. They're hanging out to our left. Now don't be fooled by them. Oh, sit down, please. Sit down, please. Siéntense, por favor. Now these are actually not hyenas. These are painted dogs. Now while the painted dogs might look cute and cuddly and fluffy and adorable, they're not very cuddly. The painted dog is actually the most successful predator of mammals in Africa. The painted dogs will chase their prey till the prey drops from exhaustion and can't run any further. Now, like I was just saying, painted dogs and hyenas are not related. They're not in the same family group. They don't like each other very much. However, if you would like to see hyenas, visit here at night. Painted dogs are most active here during the day. Hyenas are most active after sundown. Other than some trees and termite mounds, I'm not seeing a whole lot else over here, so we're just going to go ahead and keep our safari moving back up toward the fields. Although, fun fact about these termite mounds, termites that build them use dirt, their own saliva, and animal droppings to piece them together, which is why I always cringe a bit when I see kids climbing on the one mountain near the Falls Trail. I don't say anything to them, of course, because it's funny, but just letting you know. Now, out in the fields, currently to our left, soon to be on our right, are some white-bearded wildebeest. Gray antelope, dark faces, short, sharp, curved horns on their head. White-bearded wildebeest are part of one of the largest migrating herds in Africa. Their herds have been known to number in the millions. Now, despite their names literally translating to wild beast, they're actually a pretty docile antelope. They're only really dangerous when frightened, but that's true of any animal. Even a well-placed kick from a giraffe can fend off most predators.
You want to be on the end? Why be on the end?
Now, wildebeest have a very strong herd mentality. If one of them decides to get up and go somewhere else, they'll all follow. If one of them decides that they're frightened and want to run away, they'll all run away too. It saves them a lot of time from trying to figure out what's scaring them. Now, I'm glad we get to see these wildebeest over here, but I kind of want to see some giraffes. I'm surprised we haven't seen any yet. They're pretty active all day, all night. They only need 30 minutes of rest a day, and they don't even sleep like other animals. Mostly just zone out for a few minutes and then wake up, eat food.
Me. Zone out and wake up and eat food. Yeah. Sounds like me. We could be friends. I can't find my other arm hole.
I'll take that. Let's fall. Yeah, right.
Oh, look at that. There's a whole tower of giraffes out to our left. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull forward enough so we can see those giraffes over in the open. Then we'll make a stop here. Now, giraffes spend a good 20 hours a day eating. That's why you'll see almost every single one of those giraffes is still chewing on food. Now, the giraffes that we're getting to see today are all Maasai giraffes. They have a very jagged, dark, irregular pattern to their spots. If you've been over to the Animal Kingdom Lodge recently, you might have seen the reticulated giraffe over there.
What thing?
We're coming up there right now. Look like springs in the road. They're not even cars. And why?
Yeah, so they.
Now this area
That'd be me.
is what we call
Scared they
Monkey
break
Point,
their leg.
because of a troop of mandrills which has taken up residence here. This is also the last place we got to see elephants, so if we're lucky, we might be able to see a few of those elephants still tromping around over somewhere. Oh, there's a mandrill, a few of them actually, out to our left. Looks like a couple babies, an adult female, and the alpha male. The alpha male is that big one in the middle of the rocks there. He's got the largest face and the largest rear. Now, it looks like there are some people in the truck in front of us standing up. Remember, if they fall off the truck, we can't stop to pick them up either. So if they start to climb up the side of the vehicle, just politely push them off, please.
Oh, he is so photogenic. Such photogenicness. What? Do what? What you want me to do? I do what? Oh no.
Oh, there's an elephant. You know what? I think we might be able to get just a little bit closer here in a second. So, what we're going to do here,
I don't want to be in the middle
instead
anymore.
of taking a left like we're supposed to, we're going to stick to the right, even though both roads up ahead are technically closed. Now, this road's closed for obvious reasons. There's not a road there anymore. But while you're getting great pictures of that elephant out to our right, I'll explain why we shouldn't be going this way. You see, the wardens claim the bridge ahead is cursed.